Hello and welcome to Pabbly. So today we are going to discuss the top 5 WATI automations that you can set up with Pabbly Connect. So WATI is one of the official API service of WhatsApp, using which you can send WhatsApp messages to your clients, customers and new leads. And today we are going to discuss the top 5 automations that you can set up. Whether it can be sending WhatsApp messages to your new lead or sending some kind of PDF document or invoice on receiving a new Razorpay payment. Also, you can automate the process of sending some kind of meeting links, meeting reminders or order confirmation as well. The possibilities with automation are endless. So without any further delay, let's begin with this complete guide and understand in a step-by-step manner that how you can set up all of these automations all by yourself.
Hello everyone. So welcome back to Pabbly Connect. So in this video, we will learn how to send automated WhatsApp messages to new Facebook leads. So imagine this. You are running an awesome Facebook lead ad campaign and a new lead called as John has been generated from your lead form. So you have John's name, his email address and of course his phone number. So on this phone number, you want to send a WhatsApp message. And this WhatsApp message would be read something like this. Hello John, thank you for submitting the form. These are my product details. This is my product page. This is my product link and so and so. So technically, using Facebook lead ad form and WhatsApp, you are converting a lead to an active customer. So here you have two choices. The first choice is you can copy the details of John, sort them out, compose a message and send a message manually on WhatsApp. Now the problem with this approach is this is actually very repetitive because you are going to generate a lot of leads. So how about we bring in some automation so that whenever a new lead is created on Facebook lead ad forms, automatically a WhatsApp message will be sent to that particular lead. But you obviously know this, there is no active connection between Facebook lead ad forms and WhatsApp. So in cases like these, we have to bring an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that will integrate Facebook lead ad forms and WhatsApp. The best part of using this process is a person without any technical background can perform this little integration very easily. Now, before I show you the steps, let me show you a real-time example.
Okay, so as you can see, this is a lead ad form that I have built on my Facebook account. And imagine a lead called as John Mosby is filling the form. The first name is John, the last name is Mosby. This is the email address johnmosby34@gmail.com. And of course, this is the phone number. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to make a submission as John Mosby. Now imagine this is the WhatsApp profile of John Mosby. So in a matter of few seconds, we will see whether John Mosby has received a WhatsApp message from me. Okay, so this is the WhatsApp profile of John Mosby. Okay, so as you can see, this is the message that John Mosby has received from me. So this is the WhatsApp profile and this is the WhatsApp message. Hi John, thank you for signing up. Welcome to AnyTech Solution. Now this is the name of the page, that is AnyTech Solution, or the name of my company. We are so lucky to have you as a special user. You will be among the first to hear about new arrivals, big events and special offers. If you have any support, if you need any support, don't hesitate to reach out with questions. We would love to hear from you. Cheers and Pabbly. So you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from Facebook lead ad form to WhatsApp? So basically this actually involves 3 easy steps. And let me just show you a perspective of these 3 easy steps. Okay, so these are the 3 easy steps that you can follow to integrate Facebook and WhatsApp. Now we have the step 1, that is connect Pabbly Connect to Facebook lead ad form. Simply put, first of all, you are going to log into Pabbly Connect and then you are going to integrate Facebook lead ad forms to Pabbly Connect. Now we have step 2, that is collect the data from Facebook lead ad form in Pabbly Connect. Okay, so once again, we are going to make a submission in Facebook lead ad form and the data of that lead will be collected in Pabbly Connect. Now we have step 3, send the same data to WATI for sending a message to the form submitter. Okay, so using the data that we have collected from Facebook lead ad forms in Pabbly Connect, we are going to compose a message in WATI to send the WhatsApp message. So you must be thinking, what is WATI and what's its relationship to WhatsApp? So here's the thing, WhatsApp API is quite limited. It is not publicly available to all. So here we are using a verified WhatsApp business API called as WATI to send message on WhatsApp. Please don't get confused, it's very easy. I will show you every step in detail. Furthermore, we have an excellent tutorial video which is available as a link in the description box to clear your doubts about WATI. Okay, so let's explore all these steps. Okay, so to begin the process, in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. Here you can build your own account in just 2 minutes. In my case, I have already built an account, so when I click here, I will be brought to the app section of Pabbly. So this is the app section of Pabbly. Let me just scroll down, and here at the bottom you will find connect. Just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner you will find a button, create workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as Facebook to WhatsApp. Of course, you can give any name according to your choice. It's totally on you. Okay, let me just correct the spelling. WhatsApp. And let me just straight away click on create. So when you click on create, you will find 2 windows. Okay, so let it load. These are the 2 windows I was talking about, the trigger window as well as the action window. Now we want to send the data from Facebook lead ad forms. So I'm just selecting Facebook lead ad forms. We have choices like Facebook comments, Facebook groups, Facebook pages. We are interested in Facebook lead ad forms. Okay, so now in the trigger event, how about we make it as new lead? So the idea is that whenever a new lead is created in Facebook lead ad forms, it will send the data to Pabbly Connect, and from Pabbly Connect, it will be sent to WhatsApp. Okay, so the gist is we are just first trying to integrate Facebook lead ad forms to Pabbly Connect. So let me just straight away click on connect. Now, let me just tell you something. My Facebook account is already logged in. I have already logged into my Facebook account. So we are going with the new connection. Just click on connect with Facebook lead ads. Okay, so I think the authorization is successful. Brilliant. So when you click OK, you will find 2 fields, the page as well as the lead generation form. Let's talk about the page. So these are all the pages that is present in my Facebook account. All the pages that is present here is actually because we have all those pages here. Let me show you all those pages. So these are all the pages that is present in my Facebook account. All the pages that I've created here is simply reflected here. This is because Facebook is now integrated with Pabbly Connect. Now I'm interested in working with a particular page, and the name of the page is Any Text Solution. So this is the page I'm interested in. So I'm going to select the same thing here. So Any Text Solution it is. Now for Any Text Solution, we have 2 lead generation form, the Salesforce lead and lead capture form. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to show you both of these forms. So this is the page, Any Text Solution, and I'm just going to click on Publishing Tools. Okay, I'm just trying to show you where are these forms located. Okay, so in the Publishing Tools, we have more tools. Click here. And in the Publishing Tools, just figure out your instant form. So just click on Instant Form. So these are the 2 forms we have, Salesforce lead and lead capture form. Now I'm interested in working with this form. So I'm selecting this one and just click on Test Form. Okay, so this is the form that we are interested in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to select the same form, that is lead capture form. Now the idea is that when I click on save and send test request, it will send the data of the recently created lead. Now what I'm going to do here is, first of all, let me just go to the same form. Okay, I'm sorry, this is the form, and I'm going to enter some details. So these are the details. We have a guy called as Joan, and the last name as Matthew. I'm sorry. And this is the email address, joan8934gt@gmail.com. So this is the email address of Joan Matthew. Brilliant. And let me just enter the phone number. Okay, so this is the phone number. Excellent. And let me just click on next and submit. Okay, so the submission has been made by a person called as Joan Matthew. Now the idea is that when I go to Pabbly Connect and when I click on save and send test request, it will fetch me the data of the recently created lead. In our case, the recently created lead is Joan Matthew. So when I click on save and send test request, it will show the data of Joan Matthew. As you can see, we have the data. So the first name is Joan, the last name is Matthew. This is the email address, joan8945gt@gmail.com. And of course, this is the phone number. So what we are going to do here is on this specific phone number, we are going to send her a WhatsApp message. And to send her a WhatsApp message, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to use WATI. So what I'm going to do here is in the action window, I'm going to select WATI. WATI it is. Now, if you are not familiar with WATI, Let me just explain you this once again. WATI is a software that we are using to send the WhatsApp message. Now there is an interesting video which is available as a link in the description box. You can just explore this link and just see the video about WATI. It mentions the whole tutorial how to deal with WATI. Okay, so we have the action event as send template message, and simply just click on connect. Now we have a question why the action event is send template message. I will explain you later. So let me just go to new connection, and we have to figure out the API endpoint as well as the access token. So to get the API endpoint as well as the access token, let's have a visit to WATI. So this is my WATI account. Okay, I know you're not familiar with this software, but it's totally fine. So what I'm going to do here is I just want the API endpoint as well as the access token. So to get API endpoint as well as the access token, let's have a visit to API docs and then just click on API endpoint. Okay, it's very easy. So just click on these three horizontal lines, and here you will find API docs. Click on API docs. Okay, so this is the access token and this is the API endpoint. I'm just going to copy the API endpoint, and after that I'm just going to paste it here. Then we have the access token. So this is the access token you want. Copy this and you just simply paste it here. So we have added the API endpoint. We have also mentioned the access token. Let me just straight away click on save. So when you click on save, you have some fields: the WhatsApp number, the template, the broadcast name, as well as the custom parameter. Let's start with the easy one, the WhatsApp number. So this is the number where we want to send the WhatsApp message. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click here. Okay, I'm just going to click here, and this is the number, and we have mapped it. Now this is not totally complete. Just read the instruction. Enter a valid WhatsApp number with the country code without the plus sign. It is specifically mentioned that we have to enter the country code. Now I'm working from India, and this phone number is an Indian phone number, and we use 91 as the country code. But it is also mentioning that you should not enter the plus sign. Okay, so I have not entered any kind of plus sign. Okay, so this is my WhatsApp number. So I'm sorry, this is not my WhatsApp number, Joanne's WhatsApp number. Okay, now we're coming to the next part, that is the template. Now this is the most important part. So here's the deal with WATI. So when we are going to send the message from WATI, we are not going to compose the whole message. We are just going to fill in some variable in the default template. Okay, so if you're not familiar with WATI, this may come a bit tricky. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to show you all my template. Okay, so these are the templates I have. All these templates are the ones that have been approved. Now I'm going to work with this particular template, that is new lead sign up. So let me just show you the template. So using this template, okay, as you can see, using this template, we had sent this message. Okay, this was the message that we have created using this particular template. All we have to do is just fill the name of the lead submitter. Okay, the lead, that is in this case was John. Now it will be Joanne. So thanks for signing up, and here the company name will come, and then we have the rest of the template stuff. So using this particular template, we have created this particular message. So what I'm going to do here is, first of all, this is the template that we are interested in. This is the template that we are interested in, that is new lead sign up. Now these are all the templates that is present in my WATI account. Now I'm interested in the template that is file. The name of the template was, I have forgotten, new lead sign up. Okay, so we have to figure out new lead sign up. Okay, so this is the one, new lead sign up. Excellent. So what we are going to do here is, using this particular template, we are going to frame a message. Now, if you're interested to know how to create a template, it's also pretty easy. First of all, just click on this button, new template message, and just give a name. Just give any name according to your choice. Afterwards, select a category, whether you want a payment update, alert type, auto reply, select your category. Now it's pretty obvious, you have to select the language. I'm going with English. Okay, so if you're interested, you can also add the header. So the header would be, let's say if you're interested in media type, that's image, video, or document. And if you're interested, just upload the media, let's say the image, or if you're interested, upload the video, or you can just add the link. And the template would be something like this. Okay, so the template I'm just adding is hello. And we have two pairs of curly brackets. And here I'm going to add name. Okay, hello, Joanne. So that's the purpose of this particular parameter. And we have hello, your age is, and once again age. I'm just going to add age. Your age is, and the variable will be, let's say 16. So the your age is 16 will come. And if you want, you can add more, something like and delivery address Okay, and let me just add address. So this is how you create your own template. Okay, it's very easy. Hello Joan, your age is 16 and delivery address is E105 Ashoka Enclave. So this is how you create a template, and after that you build a message. And after you have created the template, all you have to do is just click on save as draft and you submit this particular template to Facebook. And it may take around 30 minutes to 1 day to get this template approved. For instance, as you can see, all of my templates are approved. So now that I have taught you how to create a template, how about we deal with the real stuff, that is this particular template, that is new lead sign up. Okay, so using this particular template, we are going to compose a message. So what I'm going to do here is we have already selected the template as new lead sign up. Now we have two parameters here, the name as well as the company name. So what I'm going to do here is first, I'm just going to copy this whole code. Okay, I'm just going to copy this. After that, I'm just going to paste it here. Okay, so this is the code that we have pasted. Now, as you can see, we have the name and the color, the value as well as blue. So what is this? So the name and the parameter is color and the value of the color is blue. Okay, imagine if the name is age, the value would have been 16, 17 or 42, anything. If the name was address, the value would have been the residential address of the person. So here, what we are going to do here is the name, the parameter will come. So I'm going to remove this. Okay, and after that, let me just go to WATI. Okay, and I'm just going to copy this. This is our first parameter. I'm just going to copy this, and after that, I'm just going to paste it here. Now we have to mention the value. So I'm just going to remove the value, that is blue. Okay, and what is the value of the name? Okay, this is a bit confusing, that is name is equal to name. It doesn't make any sense by now. But what is the name? What is the value of the name? So if you remember, the name of the person was Joan. So we are just going to add this particular detail here. So I'm just going to click here, and we have mapped the name. So easy. Okay, so we have built our first parameter, that is for the name. Then we are going to work with the second parameter, that is the company name. So we are going to do the same step again, but this time I'm just going to add a comma. Okay, and I'm just going to copy this whole code. Okay, copy this, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, now we have the parameter, that is the company name. So I'm just going to copy, I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I'm just going to copy this, and I'm just going to remove this, and I'm going to paste it here. Then let me just mention the value. So let me just remove this, and the name of my company is, or the name of the name I'm just want to give is Anytech Solution. So this is the name of my group, my page, my company. So Anytech Solution. Okay, so we had two parameters and we have mentioned their values. Excellent. Now we have another important thing, that is the broadcast name. So what's the deal with the broadcast name? So let me just take you to WATI once again, and let me just take you to broadcast history. So this is the broadcast history, and as you can see, these are the messages that has been sent with the name, that is the broadcast name as Life Care Hospital. Similarly, we have other names like Facebook, and Life Care Hospital. We have some more. Now, let's say this is something that I have sent to some other person from this platform, that is Thinkific. So this is the platform, and this is the name of the person to whom I have sent the message. So the idea is that we can actually figure out that if the message wasn't delivered, we can just explore the statistics using this particular names, the broadcast name. So that's the purpose of using the broadcast name. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to add Facebook. So this will remain static. Okay, and then I'm just going to add the name of the person. Okay, Facebook-Joan. So when we look at the broadcast history, we will find out this particular message was delivered by looking at the broadcast name, that is Facebook-Joan. If you don't get it, I will show you once the message is delivered. Okay, so we have mentioned the number, we have mentioned the template, we have entered the custom parameters, and afterwards we have mentioned the broadcast name. At this point, all you have to do is just click on save and send test request. I'm sorry, let me just remove this comma. We don't need that. And let me just do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so as you can see, the response is a positive one. And let me just straight away show you the message that Joan might have received. So this is the message that Joan has received. Okay, and she's just going to read the message and will be really impressed by this message. Okay, so the presence of this message confirms that we have a successful integration between Facebook lead ad forms as well as WhatsApp. Now, before you leave, let me just minimize all these windows one by one. Okay, So this is the whole process in a nutshell. First, you integrated Facebook lead ad forms to Pabbly Connect, and then you integrated Pabbly Connect to WATI. So now we have a perfect flow of data between Facebook lead ad forms and WATI. Awesome.
Hey guys, welcome back to our new video. So the topic for today's video is really very interesting. We are going to learn how to send PDF file on WhatsApp on successful payment in Razorpay. So what I want to do here is, whenever I am going to receive a payment in Razorpay, I want to deliver a file on WhatsApp automatically. So as you all know, Razorpay is a payment gateway, just like Stripe and PayPal, where you can do online payments, and you must be familiar with WhatsApp. It's an instant messaging application. So let's understand this process with the help of an example. So suppose I am a teacher and I want to sell my notes to my students. So here what I want to do is, whenever I am going to receive a payment in Razorpay, I want to send them the notes. So here I will be having two choices. The first one is, when a customer is going to make payment in Razorpay, I have to collect all the details of that customer from Razorpay and then manually send a message to him on WhatsApp. But this approach is fine until I have to send the copies of my file on WhatsApp to 1 to 10 students per day. But what if my sales increase and now I want to send hundreds of files per day? This is going to get really unmanageable. Why? Because every time I want to send a file on WhatsApp, I have to keep on collecting information from Razorpay. So here, I would suggest you to bring in some automation. How? In this video, I am going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an automation and integration software which will help me to transfer the data of Razorpay into WhatsApp. So here, it is going to set an integration between Razorpay and WhatsApp. So what will happen is, whenever I'm going to receive a payment in Razorpay, a message will be sent automatically from WhatsApp. Isn't it wonderful? But the most wonderful part is, you do not need to have coding skills and programming knowledge to use Pabbly Connect. Any non-technical person can use this software very easily. And here I would like to tell you one more thing, that I took the example of being a teacher, but this is just not limited here. People with different profession can use this workflow. For example, if I am a chef, I can use this to sell my recipes. If I am a dance teacher, I can use it to sell my tutorials, and various persons with different professions can use this. So whenever they will be receiving a payment in Razorpay, the message will be going to get delivered on WhatsApp automatically. So let's understand this process on my screen. Okay guys, so let's understand the process with a real-time example. So here, this payment page I created from Razorpay. Here I'm selling complete digital marketing course. So the idea here is, whenever I'm going to receive a payment from a customer, here the message will be sent on his WhatsApp automatically. Okay, so here let me make a demo payment for you, and then we will check on WhatsApp if the message is sending on WhatsApp or not. So here I'm going to make a demo payment. Okay, so these are all the details which I filled here, and now we are going to make a payment. So here I'm making a demo payment just for an example to show you. It's not a real one, that's why I'm entering these details. In real, it will be quite different. Okay, so here I'm going to mention the name of the card holder. Okay. Skip saving card. So here, as I am using Razorpay in the test mode, that's why it is asking me to make it the payment success or failure. So here I'm going to choose success. In real time, it will be different. It won't ask you to make the payment success or failure. Okay, it is a test mode. That's why I'm doing like this. So you do not need to get confused here. We just have to see if the message is sending on WhatsApp or not. So here I'm going to click on success, and now you can see after clicking on success, the payment of 1499 rupees is successful. And now we need to see if the message on WhatsApp is delivering or not. So let's check on my WhatsApp. So let's check my WhatsApp screen, and excellent. Here you can see a message for Zoya Khan is here along with the PDF file. So here you can see this is the message. Hello Zoya Khan, this is a confirmation that we have just received your secure online payment, and here is the PDF file. So as you see, the process is whenever I'm going to receive a payment from a customer, a message will be delivered on WhatsApp. So you must be wondering, how did I manage to do this task that whenever a payment is receiving in Razorpay, the message is sending on WhatsApp automatically. So here I followed 3 simple steps and created this automation between Razorpay and WhatsApp. You can also follow the same steps and create this workflow very easily. So let me show you what are those steps are. Okay guys, so these are the steps I followed to create automation between Razorpay and WhatsApp. So the step 1 is connect Razorpay to Pabbly Connect with the help of webhook URL. Okay, so first we need to log in into Pabbly Connect, and then we need to connect first Razorpay with Pabbly Connect with the help of webhook URL. So what this webhook URL is, it is basically an address provided by Pabbly Connect. We have to copy it from Pabbly Connect and paste the same into Razorpay. So this way our Razorpay pay account will be connected to Pabbly Connect. Okay. What is the second step? The second step is collect the data from Razorpay in Pabbly Connect. So as now our Razorpay account is connected with Pabbly Connect, whenever I'm going to make any payment or enter any data in Razorpay, the same data will be captured into Pabbly Connect. Okay, so the second step is whenever a payment or any data is going to enter in Razorpay, the data will be captured here into Pabbly Connect. Okay, so let's move on to third step. So the third step here is send the same data to WATI for sending messages from WhatsApp. Here guys, you do not need to get worried that what is this third step. Basically, to integrate WhatsApp into Pabbly Connect, we are going to use a software named as WATI. What is WATI? I am going to show you in the video. So for this, you need to see the complete video. So WATI is basically a software which we are going to use to send messages from WhatsApp. So you do not need to get worried here. I'm going to show you each and everything with detail. So here, let's first understand what is third step all about. So here, in the third step, the data which we collected into Pabbly Connect from Razorpay, we have to transfer the same data into WhatsApp. So the gist of the process will be, first we have to connect Razorpay with Pabbly Connect, and then we have to collect the data of Razorpay into Pabbly Connect, and then we have to transfer the same data from Pabbly Connect to WhatsApp. So let's see every steps and whole complete process on my screen. Okay guys, so to start with the process, first type pabbly.com in your browser. Pabbly, P-A-B-B-L-Y, pabbly.com. So after logging into pabbly.com, this is how the website of pabbly.com looks like. Here on this option named as products, you can see there are various products available, but we have to click on connect. Click on connect. After clicking on connect, this is how the landing page of Pabbly Connect looks like. This is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. Then I'm going to click on sign in, as I've already made an account in Pabbly Connect. But as you are a new user, you can also make your account just by signing up for free in 2 minutes from here. Okay, so I'm going to click on sign in. After sign in, here you can see this dashboard will appear. So to continue with the process, I'm going to scroll down. Here on connect, I'm going to click on access now. Okay, so after clicking on access now, this dashboard will appear on your screen. Here on the top right corner, you can see this button named as create workflow. So I'm going to click on this button. Okay, so this dialog box just appeared. So basically it is asking us to give a name to our workflow. So I'm going to give it as according to our work topic, which is Razorpay to WhatsApp. You can give it according to your choice, but right now I'm giving it according to our topic. Okay, so this is the topic, Razorpay to WhatsApp. I'm going to click on create, and here you can see these two boxes appeared. So first one is trigger, second one is action. Now you must be thinking, what is this trigger and action? So here let me tell you that automation works on the concept of triggers and action. So what trigger basically is, when this happens. Action means do this. According to our topic, trigger will be when a payment happen in Razorpay. So the action will be deliver a message on WhatsApp. Okay, so let's understand this practically. Here in the trigger window, in the choose app, I am going to choose Razorpay. Okay. So here, after choosing the app as Razorpay, we need to select the trigger event. Trigger event is payment captured. Why? As you can see, there are various trigger events available, but we have to work with payment captured. Why? Because every time a payment is going to captured, we need to send a file from WhatsApp. So this is the trigger event for our topic, payment capture. So as you can see, after selecting the trigger event, this webhook URL is being provided by Pabbly Connect along with the step guide. So let's follow the step guide and continue with the workflow. So here it is saying log in into your Razorpay dashboard and then navigate to settings. Okay, so it is asking us to log in into our Razorpay dashboard. Here is my Razorpay dashboard. I already signed in into my Razorpay dashboard. That's why it is looking like this. You can also make your account in Razorpay and then log in into that account. Here, what was the second thing? After logging into your Razorpay dashboard, we need to navigate to settings. Okay, so here you can see on the left side at bottom, here you can see this option named as settings. So I'm going to click on settings and this option here on webhooks. On webhooks, I'm going to click on webhooks and here you can see it is the button named as add new webhook. Okay, so what is this webhook? It is the same webhook which was provided by Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to copy it. Okay, and I'm going to paste it here in the add new webhook option. Okay, so I'm going to click here. Here I'm going to paste it. Okay, and these are not important fields, so I'm not filling them. Here we need to select the payment event. So payment event will be payment captured. Okay, and then I'm going to click on create webhook. So now our webhook is created. Now we have to see the webhook response. So here what the process is, whenever I'm going to make a payment, all the details will be captured into Pabbly Connect. So here let's make a demo payment again from my payment page and then we will see if the data is getting collected into Pabbly Connect or not. So here I'm just going to make another payment. Okay. Let me just make it and then show you. Okay guys, so I just made the payment and here it is showing the payment is successful. Now we need to see if the data is captured into Pabbly Connect or not. So here, yes, exactly, the data is captured. Here you saw we added the webhook into our Razorpay dashboard and after adding the webhook, the data is getting captured into Pabbly Connect. Here you can see this was the amount we were paying, yes, 1499 rupees. Okay. So this was the username which I mentioned into the payment, which is Athar. His email address is atharkhan01235@gmail.com and all the details. So here you can see we successfully integrated Pabbly Connect with Razorpay. Here Razorpay is connected with Pabbly Connect. So our next step will be we need to connect WhatsApp. So how we are going to do that? For payment, I choose Razorpay. Okay. To make a payment, I choose Razorpay. Now what I am going to choose to make to send messages from WhatsApp, you do not need to worry here. I am going to show you the whole process. So here you can see in the next application, I am going to choose the application, the software which we are going to use for WhatsApp. But before that, I want to show you one more thing here. What? Here you can see the idea is I want to sell my course, which is complete digital marketing course, which costs rupees 1499. Okay, so here the thing is when we connect Razorpay with Pabbly Connect, it captures all the data. So if we continued our workflow just by entering the WhatsApp also, so So whenever a person is going to make a payment, the file is going to get delivered. But we need to first enter a filter here, so that if a person is going to make a payment of only 1499, then only he is going to receive the file. Otherwise, no. If a person is making a payment more than 1499 or less than 1499, he is not going to get that file on WhatsApp. So for that, we need to establish a new window from here. You do not need to confuse here. Let me again tell you what we are doing. We are adding a filter here to make sure that a person when a person is making a payment of this amount only, then only he is going to get the file, otherwise not. So okay, here in the choose app, I choose filter by Pabbly Connect. Here you can see this thing, filter by Pabbly Connect. Okay, so here I am going to choose the entry as amount. Here let's search for amount, this amount. Okay, so here you must be wondering that we made the payment of 1499, but why it is showing this extra zero? Why? You do not need to worry here. It is just because the data here captured in JSON format. So in JSON format, it does not take the value of decimal. So that's why it is showing here. You don't nothing complicated. The amount is going to remain same, which is 1499 rupees. It's just the decimal was not captured into JSON format. That's why it is showing here. It will automatically be 1499. Okay, so here I choose this option, amount. Okay, it will be equal to, we are going to mention the same amount, 1499. Okay, so now we are going to click on save and send test request. And now here you can see the condition is true. Why? Because I made the payment of 1499 only. If any customer would have done the payment of more or less than 1499, the condition must turn into false. Okay, so here it has now become very easy for us that whenever a customer is going to make a payment of 1499 only, then he will receive the file. So here it is completed. And now we are going to move ahead with our next step. Here, to send messages from WhatsApp, I'm going to use a software named as WATI. So you must be wondering, what is WATI? So let me first choose the action event here. Then I'm going to explain you each and every little thing about WATI. So here the action event is send template message. Okay, because we want to send the message. So you must be wondering, what is this template message? I'm going to show you. So here I'm going to click on connect. After clicking on connect, it is asking us to make a connection. So I'm going to make a new connection. Now let us move on to our WATI dashboard. So this is my WATI's dashboard. I already made an account and login into it. So that's why it is looking like this. You do not need to worry here. A video in the description box with the link of this WATI account creation is mentioned. So you can go there, visit that video, and you can get complete information that how can you also create your account in WATI and start messaging from WhatsApp with the help of WATI. Here, first let me explain you in a simple form, and you can also go and watch that video which is mentioned into the description box, and it will be more clear to you. So here WATI is a software application which will help me to send the messages from WhatsApp. Here you can see on the dashboard, this is the dashboard of WATI. Here you can see what are the messages you sent. Every detail is mentioned here. So in WATI, what we have to do is we have to connect WATI with Pabbly Connect. Okay. So here it is showing we need to connect by first an API endpoint, and the second one is access token. So let's read from where we can get this API endpoint and access token. It is showing navigate to top on your WATI dashboard, click on hamburger, then click on API docs. Okay, got it. So here on the dashboard option, here you can see this option. Here on the API docs, we need to click on API docs. Okay. And here you can see both of the keys are available, access token as well as API endpoint. So here the first one was API endpoint. Okay, so this is the API endpoint. We need to copy it and then we are going to paste it here. Do not get confused here. API token is at upper and the API access token is at bottom. Here you can see this thing. The endpoint is at bottom and the token key is on upper of endpoint. So here first we are going to copy endpoint, this thing, and we pasted it here. Now we are going to copy the access token, copy, and then I pasted it here. Clear? Okay. Here you saw these, we just filled this field and now we are going to click on save. And our WATI account will automatically get connected to Pabbly Connect. Here you can see our account is connected. Okay, so let's continue with the process. Now as you can see, when I connected Pabbly Connect with WATI, these various fields appeared here. So it is asking us to for WhatsApp number. So mapping, here I'm going to explain you mapping. What mapping basically is, the data which we captured into Pabbly Connect from Razorpay, the same data we have to mention here according to the field asked. It is called mapping. So here I'm going to show you how mapping is done. So it is asking us for WhatsApp number. But first let's read the instruction here. In WATI, enter a valid WhatsApp number with country code, that is this format. Okay, so it means we have to mention the phone number along with the country code, but WATI do not accept the plus sign. The plus sign, let me show you what's the difference. This plus sign here, WATI do not accept this plus sign along with the country code. So that's why I mentioned here while doing the demo payment 91 only and not plus sign. So here I'm going to map the same. And then I'm going to show you one more thing to be more clear. Here I'm going to first mention the WhatsApp number, this one, not this one. Why? Because it is having plus 191 and here the plus is not present. Okay, so here I'm going to choose this. But you must be wondering, what if your customer, what if your students are going to make a payment and enter the number with plus 91? It is very simple. Right now it is not required in my case, but just for your reference, I am going to show you one extra step from which you can do this. So here you will be having two choices. Either you keep the instruction available into this page that the phone number must not contain the plus sign. 91 is required, but not plus 1. Okay, here you can use an option. Here I'm going to click on plus sign. Here in the choose action, you can choose text formatter. Here, this text formatter by Pabbly. Okay. And in the action event, you can choose split text. Okay. Split text. And then we are going to connect. And now it is asking us to the text which needs to be split. So here you can see I have the data, this number, which is present in this format. So I'm going to choose this one. Okay. What I need to split, I need to split this plus sign. Okay. And what is the segment I needed after this? The last. After when this is going to remove, I want the last segment. So I'm just going to click on save and send test request. Okay. So now the number is splitted and it is available into this form. So it is very easy. If you are having data available into plus 91 form, you can use this text formatter by Pabbly, and from there you can split the text. But right now it is not required in my case. Why? Because I already have the phone number into this format, so I'm not going to use this one. I'm just going to simply delete it. But obviously if you need, you can use this. So I'm going to continue with the workflow. So here we were mapping the details. So here I mentioned the WhatsApp number. According to the WATI process, it is not going to take plus 91. So I mentioned the number as 91 only and then the complete number. Okay. So now this template section. So let's first understand what are these templates are. Here in WATI, in this account, it is an option named as broadcast. And in broadcast, this option named as template message. So template messages basically are those messages which you make, which you need to send on WhatsApp. It basically means you are going to make that message which you want to send on WhatsApp. So for example, this was the template I created to send on WhatsApp. That is hello customer name. Okay. hello. This was the customer's name, and this was the message. This is a confirmation that we just received. So this is what template is called in WATI. You need to create a template, and then this template will be used by you to send on WhatsApp. So you must be wondering, how can I make the template? Okay. So again, the same process is explained in the video in the description box as well, and I am going to explain it in short also. So here you can see these are the already available templates into my account, such as this membership confirmation file, new course file. Here you can see, yes, these are available here also. Why? Because my WATI account is connected with Pabbly Connect. That's why they are showing here. So here, this is the template which I am going to use. Here you can see this one. Hello, this is a confirmation that we have received your secure online payment. Okay, so this one which is I am using. You can also create a new template from here. Template name, I am just showing you for an example. That's why I'm going to keep it as test12. Okay. Category, let's keep it as alert update. You can choose it according to your choice. The language here I'm going to choose English. Here, from here you can choose what kind of document, what kind of media you want to share on WhatsApp. So here media I'm choosing. So media is present in image, video and document form. So you need to convert your media into the given formats only. So here if you are choosing image, you need to be your image need to be in JPG format. If you are using video, it needs to be in MP4. If you are using document, it needs to be in PDF form. So here I'm going to show you by entering a document PDF here. It's just a test file, not a real one. Just to show you, here I'm using a file here. So let me just mention the file here. Okay, so here I'm going to paste this one. This is a format for document test file. I mentioned here, just like this only, you also have to mention the file name here. Okay, so the file you want to deliver, you have to mention it here. Okay, and then in the body option, you need to create the template which you need to send. So here, just for example, I'm showing you, for example, hello, and the customer name. You have to set parameters. What is this parameter thing? You have to send messages to different people. So you can't keep just simple name, one single name. It needs to be keep on changing. For that dynamic changes, you need to mention the name into double curly braces. Okay, and then I'm going to mention the message here, such as thank you for signing up. Thank you for signing up. Okay, so this is the message I want to send in the template. Okay, and here you can see these options are not actually important. Here you need to mention a name. Let's read the instruction. Make sure not to include any actual name. You just have to enter any simple text and not a real one. And then you have to click on save as draft. Okay, so after clicking on save as draft, let me click it here. Okay, document. Okay, now I'm going to click on save and draft. Perfect. So as now you can see the template is created and it is in the draft status. Now what you have to do is you need to first make it approved from WhatsApp. How? From this arrow option you need to send it, submit it, and after submitting it you can see this message appeared. Okay, so this notification appears that approval time for template takes 30 minutes to 2 business days. So it does not get approved immediately. You first need to make the template and then send it for approval. And then after this particular time period, 30 minutes to 2 business days, it gets approved and then it gets ready to be used for WhatsApp. So here, as you can see, I send it for approval. That's why the status here is pending. Here, as you can see, these are the already approved file of my account. So here here they are showing as approved. So here I'm going to choose the course file. This is the file which I want to select. In the template, I'm going to choose the course file. In the broadcast name, I'm going to give it as test. You can give it according to yourself. Now it is asking us for custom parameters. So what are these custom parameters? It is written in short params. It is custom parameters. So what are these custom parameters? So let me explain you. Nothing to be worried, nothing very complicated. It's a simple thing that to enter the data into WATI, you need to enter the data into certain format. So what is this format? So here is the example given. I'm going to copy this only one. Okay, so I just copied it. Let me show you here in the notepad. Okay, here I'm going to show you how it is done. So for example, this is the format of the custom parameter. So here you can see these values are present between curve braces. Okay, here the first thing is name. Name of what? The parameter you are going to send. So here it was written color, but according to my template, let me minimize it. Okay, so according to my template, here you can see, let's see it. Okay, this course file was my template. Let's have a view here. According to my template, the first parameter asked here was name. Okay, so here I'm going to mention the parameter here as name. Between these double commas, I'm going to give the name. And then the second thing is value. Value is what are you going to mention in that parameter. So here I'm going to paste this value. Okay, I'm going to paste this, copy this format. Okay, and I'm going to paste the same format here. As I told you, name is its format, but here I have to mention name again. Why? Because it is my parameter which is set into my template. Here the value will be, it is written blue here. It was an example. The value is, I want to give the array name. So I'm going to mention it from the mapping here. Let's start mapping. Okay, so the value here I'm going to show. Here the value I'm going to give the name according to our customer, which is, let's see who was our customer. Let me check the name. Athar Khan was the customer. So here in the value I'm going to give his name. I'm going to refresh the page. It's not showing. Why? Because, okay. Okay, so here from mapping, here you can see, from here I'm going to mention the customer's name. So I'm going to mention the full name. So from here I'm going to choose the first name. With a space, I'm going to give the second name, which is, the last name. Okay. Okay, so this is the first parameter which we set it. Okay, here let me show you more clearly. This is the first parameter we set it. Okay, the name was this, the value was first and last name, which is Athar Khan. Okay, so this is how a parameter this is how a particular parameter is set. It is parameter 1 according to our topic. Okay, so now we are going to mention the second parameter according to my template. So from here, let's see what's my template. Again, let's give it a view. So here the second parameter asked into my template is file name. Okay, so here again I'm going to copy the format from here. You do not actually need to type this format, so you can simply copy it from here. Okay, and here from here again I'm going to give the name. What's the name? The name of the parameter is, okay, file name. So I'm going to give it as file name in the same pattern which is available into my account, file underscore name. Why? Because this is how it was looking into my format, this thing. Okay, and in the value I'm going to mention the name of the file, which is digital marketing course. I'm going to remove this blue because it was the example, and I'm going to give it as digital marketing, let me correct it, marketing course. Perfect. So here you can see this is how parameters are made. You just have to copy the same format. In the this name thing remains same and value remains same. You just have to mention this first and this second field according to your need. For example, here my first value was the name, okay, and the second value, the second name was file name, and the value was digital marketing course. Again, you do not need to worry. The same thing is explained into the video into description box for WATI. Okay, and now I'm going to click on save and send test request. So here you can see this response is received that the file is delivered on WhatsApp for Athar Khan. So let's check my WhatsApp if the file is sent or not. So here you can see excellent. The file for Athar Khan has sent. It is the same template. So here you can see this is how it is looking. Hello Athar Khan. In our template, it was the hello name of the customer. And after setting parameters here, you can see this is how the execution looks like. Hello Athar Khan. And this is the name of file, digital marketing course. Similarly, in the above message, we mentioned the customer as Zoya Khan. So this is how after hello, her name is written. After hello, the customer name is written. So this is how parameters works. They keep on changing according to the customers. So this is the gist of the process. So you saw we just successfully integrated Pabbly Connect with WATI, and I'm going to make again a test payment and we will see if our workflow is working fine or not. So again, I'm going to make a payment for Alex James. Okay. And I'm going to change the number. Okay. This is the number. So here I'm going to mention the number as 91. Why? Because WATI do not accept plus 91. So that's why I'm going to make a payment again. Again, I'm doing a demo payment. Okay. So where I'm going to mention the dummy card values. Okay. For Alex. Okay. So here I'm going to skip saving card. In the test payment, it will ask me to make the payment success or failure. I'm going to click on success. Okay. And here it is showing the payment is successful. This means a message needs to get delivered on WhatsApp. And here let's check. Perfect. A message for Alex James is here on WhatsApp. We made a payment for Alex. Okay. And the message is delivered for Alex and along with the file attached. Hello Alex James. This is a confirmation message. So this is how our workflow works. So let's first understand the process in the nutshell and then we will see. Okay, so here first we integrated Razorpay with Pabbly Connect with the help of webhook URL, and then we saw that data which we were entering into Razorpay was captured into Pabbly Connect. Isn't it wonderful? And then we entered a filter. Why? Because we only wanted to continue the process if the customer is paying 1499 rupees, which we set for our course file. Okay. And then in the last step, we used WATI to send messages from WhatsApp, and then we connected it with Pabbly Connect and mapped all the data. We set parameters and clicked on save and send test request. And this is how our workflow was created and the automation was added between Razorpay and WATI. This means our workflow is working successfully fine. And not just this thing, here I would like to mention one more thing, that the link of this same workflow is available into the description box. You can just copy the same link from here and use it into your Pabbly Connect account. Isn't it wonderful?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly Connect. So in this video we will learn how to send Zoom meeting invite on WhatsApp automatically. So imagine this, you are someone who is conducting workshops on Zoom. So let's say you have scheduled a new workshop or a meeting in Zoom. So now a registrant called as John has registered to this particular workshop. Now what you really want to do here is, you want to send a message to John on his WhatsApp number. The message would be something like this. Hey John, thank you for registering. This is the joining link. So here you have two choices. The first choice is, you can copy the details of John from Zoom, sort it out, compose a message, and send this message manually on WhatsApp to John. The problem with this approach is it's actually very repetitive and tiresome. So here I would suggest that you bring in some automation so that whenever a new registrant is created in Zoom, automatically send a WhatsApp message to him. So the problem here is there is no active connection between Zoom and WhatsApp. So in cases like these, we have to bring an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that will integrate Zoom and WhatsApp. The best part of using this process is a person without any technical background can perform this integration very easily. Let me show you how this is done, but before, let me show you a small example.
Okay, so as you can see, I have scheduled a meeting and it has been titled Team Ethics and Coordination. And this is the registration link. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a registration using this particular link. And once the registration is made by the person or by me, we will check the person who has been registered to this particular meeting. Will he receive a WhatsApp message from me? So these are the details. So we are going to fill in as John. Okay, so this is the last name, John Mark. Okay, so this is the email address of John Mark. johnmark123@gmail.com. The same email address, johnmark123@gmail.com. The city he lives is Bhopal, and let me just add his phone number. Okay, so this is the phone number of John Mark, and once the registration is made for this particular meeting by John Mark, we will check whether he has received a WhatsApp message from me. And let me just click on register. Okay, excellent. So registration has been made by a person called as John Mark. So let's have a look what is the message that John Mark has received on his WhatsApp number. Okay, so let's explore the WhatsApp profile of John. So imagine this is the WhatsApp profile of John, and this is the message that John has received. Hello John, Pabbly team is inviting you to a scheduled meeting. The topic is Team Ethics and Coordination, and the date and time is 20th of August 2021 at 3 p.m. And using this link, John is just going to get into this meeting. Okay, so you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from Zoom to WhatsApp? Okay, so you're going to send the data from Zoom to WhatsApp in 3 easy steps. I repeat this again, in just 3 easy steps, you are going to send the data from Zoom to WhatsApp. So we have the step 1, that is connect Zoom to Pabbly Connect with help of webhook URL. Okay, so first of all, you are going to log into Pabbly Connect, and then you are going to integrate Zoom and Pabbly Connect with help of webhook URL. This can be done by copying and pasting the webhook URL from Pabbly Connect into Zoom. Now we have the step 2, collect the data from Zoom in Pabbly Connect. So we are going to make a registration in Zoom. The details of that registration will be made available in Pabbly Connect. Now we have the step 3, send the same data to WATI for sending the message to WhatsApp. So you must be thinking, we thought we would be sending the message directly to WhatsApp. But the thing is, WhatsApp APIs is limited. It is not publicly available to all. So here we are using its verified WhatsApp business API called as WATI to send the message on WhatsApp. If you are new to WATI, don't panic, don't get confused. We have a detailed video which is available as a link in the description box. Okay, so to begin the process, in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. Here you can build your own account in just 2 minutes. In my case, I have already built an account. So when I click here, I will be brought to the app section of Pabbly. So this is the app section of Pabbly. Let me just scroll down, and here at the bottom you will find connect. Just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner you will find a button, create workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going with Zoom to WhatsApp. Of course, you can give any name according to your choice. It's totally on you. And let me just click on create. Okay, so when you click on create, you will find 2 windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. Now in the trigger window, we are going to select the app as Zoom because we want to send the data from Zoom. Zoom it is. Okay, so now in the trigger event, how about we make it as configure webhooks? Okay, so basically in the first step, we are just going to integrate Zoom to Pabbly Connect. So let's have a visit to Zoom. So this is my Zoom account. Okay, so as you can see, this is where you create meetings or schedule meetings. And what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scroll down, and here you will find the option called as advanced. Click on advanced, and in the bottom you will find integration. Click on integration. Okay, so now what we're going to do here is just click on go to app marketplace. Click this. It's pretty easy. Okay, after that we are going to build an app. So let me just click on develop, click on build app. Okay, so we have to create a JWT. Now in my case, I have already created JWT. So if you are starting fresh, in your case, it will be shown something like create JWT. All you have to do is just click on that blue button. Okay, it will say something like create. Okay, just click on create. In my case, I have already created JWT. So I'm just going to click on view here. Okay, and this is how you create your JWT. You just fill in your app name. In my case, that's Pabbly Connect test. Give your company name, give your own contact information, just give your email address, and just leave these blanks as free. Okay, just don't fill any of these blanks. Just fill these simple fields, and you are done. And simply just click on continue. So your JWT token will be created. Now you can ignore this second part, that is app credentials. Just completely ignore it. Now we are going to the most important part, that is feature. Okay, so as you can see, we have feature. We click on feature. Okay, so now we have to add a feature. Just toggle this to the right, event subscription, and just click on add new event subscription. Okay, so how about we give a name to this subscription? So I'm going to give a random name. How about Zoom meetings webbook. Of course, you can give any name according to your choice. I'm sorry, Zoom meetings. That would do. The last time I didn't really type, I'm sorry. Okay, now this is the most important part, that is event notification endpoint URL. So what is this event notification endpoint URL? This is basically our webhook URL. As I mentioned earlier, we just have to copy this, okay? And after that, you are just simply going to paste it here. Okay. After that, we have to mention the event type. Now, our event is registration created. So let me just show you in the meeting part, meeting registration has been created. We click here and just click on done. Click on save. Okay. And after that, just click on continue. So as you can see, it is showing your app is activated on the account. Excellent. So basically, it means that we have integrated Zoom to Pabbly Connect. Now what we are going to do here is I'm planning to teach you everything from scratch. So I'm going to create a new meeting. So let me just create a meeting. So let me just cancel all of this. It's totally unnecessary. So we are going to create a new meeting. So you have to go to Zoom meetings. Okay. And I'm going to schedule a new meeting. After that, I'm going to teach you how to add a new field. Okay. This is because the default field is practically not complete. So we are first going to schedule a meeting, and this meeting will be on, let's say, team discipline. Okay, so I'm just going to schedule a meeting. Okay, so this meeting will be on team discipline, teamwork. How about we go with teamwork? I'm the team leader, so I will be creating such meetings. Teamwork it is. And just ignore the description. And I'm going to schedule this meeting on 30th. And let's keep the time as 3 p.m. The duration is of 1 hour. The time zone is, remember this, the time zone is GMT plus 5:30 Mumbai, Kolkata. So I'm working from India, and that is why it is showing the time zone as this. Now make sure that the registration is required. That's pretty obvious. And the video is on for host and participant. Let's keep it as off. The audio is on for both. And let me just click on save. So we have scheduled a meeting. Now let's explore the registration link for each of these meeting participants. So yeah, so this is the registration link. Using this registration link, either I can register the team members or the team members can individually register themselves. So as you can see, we have the fields like the first name, last name, email, and confirm email address. Now to send the WhatsApp message, we also need a field for getting the phone number. But unfortunately, at this point, this default template doesn't have that particular field. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to scroll down, okay, and let me just click on edit. I'm just going to click on questions, and here I would make sure that this particular field is necessary, that is phone. Along with that, how about we go with city? Okay, this is not necessary, but I'm making sure that this field also comes. Okay, so we'll just so that you get a hang of it. And let me just straight away click on save all. Okay, so we have created a new template, and let's explore this template. Okay, so yeah, we have the name, the last name, the email address, the confirm email address, the city, and then we have the phone. And I have also made sure that this phone field is mandatory. Okay, so this time we are going to fill in some details one by one. So we have a guy called as Shiny. Okay, so this is the name of the person. Shiny Mark. Let's go with this name, Shiny Mark. And let me make some changes here also. shiny mark and shiny. Okay. So as you can see, we can add the city. Let's go with the Bhopal. And then we have to add the phone number. So this is the phone number. Okay, so we have added the phone number. We have mentioned all the details. All we have to do at this point is just click on register. Now the idea is that once the registration is made, the details of this particular registrant will be given to Pabbly Connect because Pabbly Connect is integrated with Zoom. So let's have a look. As you can see, we do have the details. The event is meeting registration created. Okay, that's awesome. Okay, so as you can see, we have the rest of the details also. This is the name of the registrant, that is Shiny, and the last name is Mark. This is the email address. And of course, this is the phone number where we'll be sending the WhatsApp message along with the meeting link. But there's a small issue. Let me show you the issue. Now, remember this, I'm working from India and we follow Indian Standard Time. And the start time, it is showing it as, the day is correct, that is 30th of August 2021. But the time is wrong. As you can see, it is showing 9:30 p.m. or 9:30 a.m. The problem here is, I'm working from India and the data, it is showing in UTC format. The Indian Standard Time and the UTC time has a difference of 5 hours 30 minutes. So that is why we have to fix this issue. Now, if you remember, we have scheduled this meeting for 3 p.m. But unfortunately, now it is showing it as 9:30. So we have to fix this issue. And it's very easily can be fixed. So what I'm going to do here is, let us introduce one action window, okay, by clicking on this plus sign. And in the choose app, let me just add datetime formatter. Datetime formatter it is. Okay, so if I want to explain why I'm doing this is because we have the time as 9:30 a.m. or p.m. But we want the time, the scheduled time at 3 p.m. because that's the time we have scheduled the meeting. It is showing it as 9:30. So this is in UTC, okay? So we want to change it to IST, Indian Standard Time. So the action event we are going with is format date with time zone. We are going to change the time zone that is UTC to the time zone that is Indian Standard Time. Let me just simply click on connect. And first of all, we have to mention this particular date. Okay, this is the date that we want to format. This is the one, okay? We want to fix this time issue. So I'm just going to bring this particular data here. Okay, so I'm just going to click here. I'm just going to click here. And after that, I have mapped it. So easy. Now we have to mention the time zone. Now remember this is UTC. So the from time zone is this one, UTC. Okay, so we have to change it to IST. So I'm working from India and we have a city called as Kolkata. Okay, so India is in Asia, that's the continent name, and this is the city, Kolkata. So we have selected it. Okay, now the format to format. Okay, the format that we are interested in, it's month, day and year. Okay, so month, day and year, or you can also go with day, month and year, but let me just go with this one, month, day and year, hours, minutes and second. This will work. Okay, and when I click on save and send test request, it will fix this time issue. Let me just click on save and send test request. Okay, so as you can see, it is showing 30th of August 2021, 3 p.m. That's the time that we have scheduled the meeting on Zoom. So we have fixed this time issue and it is done so perfectly well. So what's next? Now we are going to compose a message with the help of WATI. So it's also pretty easy. Just click on this plus sign. Okay, we have one more action window and I'm going to introduce WATI. Now this is something I have mentioned earlier. We are going to send the WhatsApp message using WATI. Now in the action event, how about we make it a send template message? Simply just click on connect. So as you can see, my WATI profile is already logged in. So this is my WATI profile. And let me just go with the new connection. Here we have to enter the API endpoint and the access token. So to get the API endpoint and the access token to integrate WATI to Pabbly Connect, let me have a visit to WATI. So this is my WATI account and I'm just going to click on these 3 horizontal lines. I'm going to click here. I'm just going to click on API docs. So this is my access token and this is my API endpoint. I'm just going to copy the API endpoint first, and after that I'm going to paste it in the first blank. That is for API endpoint. Now that we have entered the API endpoint, let me just add the access token. So this is the access token. Let me just copy this. After that, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to paste it here. Just click on save. So easy. Okay, so as you can see, we have some fields: WhatsApp number, the template, the broadcast name, and custom parameters. So let's start with the easy one, the WhatsApp number. Now it is saying that enter a valid WhatsApp number with country code without the plus sign. Okay, so I'm working from India, and we use +91 as the country code, but it is saying one important thing, that you should not include the plus sign. Okay, I repeat this again: you should not include the plus sign, but enter the country code. So I'm just going to click here. And this is the phone number. Now if you're confused where this data came from, the data came from here. Okay, so where is the phone number? Yeah, so this is the phone number. Okay, so let me just scroll down, and after that let me just add 91. Okay, this is the country code without the plus sign. Remember this, you should not enter the plus sign, but you should enter the number in bit before the actual phone number. In my case, that's 91. Okay, so now after that we have to first select our template. So while we are using WATI, there is something you should know. You can't directly send a message. You just can't compose a message and send it on WhatsApp. You have a template. Using that template, you are going to frame the message. So let me just show you the templates. Okay, so let me just go to WATI, and let me just click on broadcast, template messages. Okay, so these are all the template messages we have, the templates we have. Okay, these are all the templates we have. Using these templates, we are going to construct a message. And for instance, I'm going to work with this one. Okay, that is meeting link. So if you are interested to know how this particular template was created, so let me just show you the template first. So this is the template. Okay, so this is the template. Hello, here the name of the registrant will come. The Pabbly team is inviting to a scheduled meeting. The topic of the meeting will come here, and the date and time of the meeting will come here, and this is where you get the link, where you add the link. So you must be thinking, how did you create the template? It's actually pretty easy. Just click on new template message. Here you can give this is where I show you how you create a template message. Just that's all. You just give a name. Okay, after you giving a name, just enter a category. Is it an alert type, auto reply, payment update? Just select your category. Of course, you have to enter the language. Most likely it will be English. And in case if you want, you can add the header type as image, video, or the document. If you want to add a video, just upload the video. If you want to add a document or a PDF, just upload the PDF, or you can just add the link. Okay, after that, you just can create the template message. The template message for, let's say, meeting link would be hello, and in 2 curly brackets, you just enter the name. Okay, so this is our first parameter. Here, the name of the registrant will come. After that, you can just enter more parameters like age, and here the age of the registrant will come. So this is how you create the template. Okay, and this is how I have created the template. Now, after creating the template, make sure you click on save as draft, and after that you submit it. After you have submitted it, it may take around 30 minutes to 1 day or even 2 days to get this template approved by Facebook. Now remember this, without getting approved by Facebook, you can't really send the message. Okay, so we have mentioned how you can create the template. Now let me just show you the template. So this is the template. So this is the template, and using this template, we are going to send a message to our registrant. So as you can see, we have 4 parameters: name, meeting name, date time, as well as the link. Okay, so what we are going to do here is, we can just for a while ignore the broadcast name, just ignore it. Let's focus on custom parameters. So remember this, we have 4 parameters. So I'm just going to copy this, okay, copy this code, and after that I'm going to paste it here. Okay, if you don't understand, it's totally fine. Let me just show you what's going to happen. Now we have the first parameter as name. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay, after that, I'm just going to remove the color and paste name here. Okay, just follow me, it's pretty easy. Just try to understand. We have the name. I know it looks confusing that we have name and then name. What's the meaning of this? By the second parameter, you will totally understand what's really going on. Now in the value, I'm just going to remove blue. Okay, now earlier it was color, that's why the value was blue. The color's value was blue. In our case, the name is, what's the name of the guy? That is Shiny. Okay, so this is the name of the guy, Shiny. So this is the value. Now what's next? So the next thing is the meeting name. Okay, now this is where you start understanding things. So I'm just going to enter a comma. Okay, just follow me, it's pretty easy. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I'm going to paste it here. Okay, I'm just going to remove this color once again, and I'm just going to copy this particular parameter. I know now the things are getting a bit clearer. Okay, so I'm just going to paste it here. So easy. After that, I'm just going to enter the value of the meeting name. The value of the meeting name is teamwork. I think it was teamwork. Okay, yeah. After that, comma once again. Okay, I'm just going to copy this. Now this is something that I'm going to do 4 times because we have 4 parameters. Okay, so let me just remove the space. Okay, and let me just remove the color once again, and this time we have the date time, so I'm just going to copy this. After that, I'm just going to paste it here. The value is blue. Let me just remove this, and the date time, remember this, we have fixed this date time issue. That is why I'm just going to click on the second accordion where we have this correct time. Earlier it was this one, okay, which was wrong. I have fixed this issue, and that is why we have the correct date, that is 30th of August 2021 at 3 p.m. So we have mapped that detail also. Now we have one more. Okay, we have one more, that is the link. So once again, I'm just going to copy this code. Okay, copy this. After that, I'm going to paste it here. Easy. Then I'm just going to remove the color. After that, I'm just going to copy the link. Okay, this is the parameter, the last one, the 4th one, and the last one. After that, we are going to map the link. Now we have to map the joining link. So this is our joining link. Let me just show you the joining link. Okay, so this is the joining link. Okay, so this is the link that we want to send to the registrant. So I'm just going to click here, and after that, okay, this is the joining link, and we have mapped it. So we have mapped all the parameters. So basically, we have constructed a message. Now, what's the deal with the broadcast name? So let me just take you to a broadcast history of WATI. So this is the broadcast name, and as you can see, I have sent a message using many different names. For instance, this is for Zoya Khan. Okay, I have sent a message to her using this name. Okay, so every time I will be sending a message, in the broadcast list, it will be shown as Zoya Khan, Zoya Khan, Zoya Khan. The importance of this process is we can just figure out the statistics. Okay, so using the unique name, you can actually figure out the statistics, and you can also figure out if the message went to the person, if it didn't go to the person, where it went wrong. For instance, I had sent to John because John had made a registrant, that is Zoom-John. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to enter a static name which won't change, that is Zoom registrant. Okay, after that, I'm just going to enter the name of the registrant. Okay, so the idea is that in the broadcast history, we can figure out if there is a registrant called as Shiny. We can just figure out if the message went to Shiny. If it not went, what went wrong. So that's the whole point of broadcast name. Okay, so we have mentioned the template. Oh, I'm sorry. We should have mentioned the template here. The template was this one, meeting link. Okay, so this was the link. This was the template. I'm sorry. This was the template. Let me just take you to the template. I'm sorry, it's my end, problem from my end. This is the template, that is meeting link. So this is something that we should have dealt earlier. The template is meeting link. Okay, so these are all the templates that is present in my WATI account, and the template that we are working with is meeting link. Okay, make sure that the template that you're working on should be mentioned here. I actually forgot to mention it. Okay, so we have fixed the template, that is the meeting link. We have entered the broadcast name, that is Zoom registrant. We have also entered the custom parameter. Okay, so what's next? So at this point, all you have to do is just click on save and send test request to send the message. Let me do that. Okay, so as you can see, the response is a positive one. And let me just straight away show you the message that Shiny has received because he has registered to this particular meeting. Okay, so as you can see, this is the screenshot of the message that Shiny has received. So on this particular date, that is 30th of August 2021, she or he is just going to click on this link, and he or she will be directed to that particular Zoom meeting. Okay, so the presence of this particular message confirms that we have a successful integration between Zoom and WhatsApp sending software called as WATI. So let me just minimize all these windows one by one. Okay, so we have minimized all these windows one by one. So this is the whole mechanism in a nutshell. First, you integrated Zoom to Pabbly Connect, and then you have introduced datetime formatter by Pabbly. The reason we have introduced the datetime formatter by Pabbly is because, as you can see, we have the date as well as the time in a very wrong format. So we had scheduled the meeting for 3 p.m. and it is showing it as somewhere around 9:30 a.m. So this was kind of wrong. So we have changed it. Okay, so we have changed it and fixed that issue. After that, you have introduced WATI. So we have selected the template. In my case, that is the meeting link. This is the template that I have created and got it approved by Facebook. Then after that, we have introduced custom parameters and also mentioned the broadcast name. So this is the WhatsApp number. Now that the message has been sent, let me just show you the broadcast name. In our case, that would be Zoom and Shiny. And let me just take you to the broadcast history. Okay, so as you can see, this is the newly sent message. Zoom registrant Shiny. Excellent. So I hope you are getting the gist. So now we have a perfect flow of data between Zoom as well as WhatsApp sending software called as WhatsApp messaging software called as WATI. Excellent. Hello everyone. So in this video, we will learn how to share meeting details from Google Calendar to WhatsApp automatically. So you obviously know Google Calendar is a scheduling and time management software, and WhatsApp is a messaging platform. So what you want to do here is you have added a meeting called as chemistry class on your Google Calendar. Just imagine. And you have also added the location, time, and even the details of the person who will be attending this meeting. So the idea is that once this meeting is scheduled on Google Calendar, the attendee will be receiving a notification message on WhatsApp automatically. But the issue here is there is no active connection between Google Calendar and WhatsApp. So in cases like these, we have to bring an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that will integrate Google Calendar and WhatsApp. The best part of using Pabbly Connect is a person without any technical background can perform this integration easily. Now before I show you the steps, how about we begin with a real-time example? Okay, so this is my Google Calendar, and what I'm going to do here is I'm going to schedule an event. And once the event is scheduled, the person who will be the guest of this event or the person whose this event is scheduled for, the same person will be getting an SMS from me. So let us schedule an event. So the event has been scheduled from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. and the name of the event is Chemistry Doubt Solving. Chemistry Doubt Solving class. Okay. And let me just add a location. So it will be, let's say, in Paris. Okay, let's go with Paris. And here I'm going to add the name of the person. So Henry Truman. Okay, this is his phone number. Now remember this, I'm following a certain format. I'm adding the name of the event here, and this is the location name, and of course this is the person who will be bringing whom this event is scheduled for, and this is his phone number. Okay, now the reason I am using this particular format is because we have to work with a particular format in WATI. WATI is a software to send the WhatsApp message. So let me just click on save. Okay, if you don't understand, it's totally fine. The reason why we are following this format, I will explain you in detail later. So the event has been scheduled. So it is scheduled from 9 a.m. and it has been titled Chemistry Doubt Solving Classes. So now let me just show you the WhatsApp message that Henry Truman has received on his cell number. Okay, so this is the message that Henry Truman has received. Dear Henry Truman, at 28/9/2021, that is 28th September 2021 at 9 a.m. you will have a scheduled appointment, and this is on Chemistry Doubt Solving class, and we will see you 15 minutes in advance at our meeting in Paris, so and so. So you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from our Google Calendar to WhatsApp messaging platform called as WATI? So here we are using Pabbly Connect that will integrate Google Calendar and WATI. Now before I show you the steps, how about a small perspective how this integration is going to work? Okay, so in the first step, you're basically going to integrate Google Calendar to Pabbly Connect. Now in the second step, you're going to send the data from Google Calendar into Pabbly Connect. So using the same data, you are going to compose a message and send it using WhatsApp messaging platform called as WATI. So the purpose of building this integration is anytime a new event is created in Google Calendar, automatically the attendee will be receiving the message on his WhatsApp number. Okay, so to begin the process, in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, 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 press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. Here you can build your own account in just 2 minutes. In my case, I have already built an account. So I will be directed to the app section of Pabbly. So this is the app section of Pabbly. Let me just scroll down and here you will find connect. Just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner you will find a button, create workflow. Click this. A dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. So I'm planning to give it as Google Calendar. Google Calendar to WhatsApp. Of course, you can give any name according to your choice, and let me just straight away click on create. So when you click on create, you will find 2 windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. Now I want to send the data from Google Calendar. So let me just add Google Calendar. Google Calendar it is. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as event created or new event. Okay, this one. Simply just click on connect. We are going with a new connection. Just click on connect with Google Calendar. Okay, my Google Calendar is present in this email account. So I'm selecting this one. Okay, so now Pabbly Connect wants access to this account. So before I press continue, let me just remind you something. Pabbly Connect doesn't take any chances with your data. Your data is 100% safe and secure with us. So on the basis of that trust, let me just straight away press continue. Brilliant. The authorization is successful. So as you can see, we have a field called as calendar. And when we click here, you will find all the calendars that is present in this particular calendar. Okay, in this particular calendar account. For instance, these are all the calendars we have. Okay, all the calendars that is present here is being reflected here. Now, let's say I'm interested in working with this calendar. Okay, events and SMS. So I can change it to event and SMS. Now, what if I want to create a new calendar? Okay. So let me just add a new calendar, create a new calendar. The name of the calendar is Awesome New Events. Okay, so this is the name of the calendar, Awesome New Events. Let me just straight away click on create calendar. So the calendar is getting created. Once the calendar is created, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to Pabbly Connect and I'm going to refresh that field. So the calendar has been created. Let me just go back. Okay, let me just uncheck these calendars. We have to focus on only one particular calendar, that is Awesome New Events. So now what we're going to do here is we have to make sure we actually also make changes in Pabbly Connect. Okay, we have to change the calendar to Awesome New Calendar. So I'm just going to click on refresh. So I can expect to find this newly created calendar in the drop down because Pabbly Connect is integrated with Google Calendar. So I'm selecting this one and simply just click on save and send test request. Now when I click on save and send test request, it will fetch me the data of the recently created event. Now since this calendar, that is Awesome New Event, is a newly created calendar without any new event, it is showing the response as null because no event has been created in this particular calendar. So that is why I'm going to create a new event in this particular calendar. Okay, so let me just schedule this schedule an event for October 20th. Okay, so the event will be from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. So it will be on English grammar. Okay, English grammar 101. And instead of adding the guest here, I'm planning to add the guest name here. So we will be bringing the student or the guest as Terry Mosby. So this is the name of the guy. Okay, and after giving a space, I'm putting a plus sign and also entering the phone number. So this is the cell number of Terry Mosby. So this is the WhatsApp number also of Terry Mosby. Now the reason we are following this format is because now we are going to work with WATI. WATI is the official software to send the WhatsApp message. Now WATI demands a particular format to send the messages. So that is why we have to stay in touch with that particular template. Okay, so that is why we have to work with this particular form. So here I'm in the description, I'm going to enter the person's name who will be attending the event and his phone number. Now make sure that you stick to this particular format. Okay, if you're going to create a format, make sure that you enter the details of the event in that particular format only. Otherwise there will be problem of sending the data. Okay, so let me just add a location. The location is Delhi. Delhi it is. Okay, so what's next? So all we have to do at this point is just click on save. So an event has been scheduled. So once I go to Pabbly Connect and when I click on save and send test request, it will fetch me the data of the recently created event. In our case, the recently created event is of English grammar. So let me just show you the magic after. Oh yes, as you can see, we have some details this time. Okay, the event is English Grammar 101. The location is Delhi. Okay, and this is the creator email address. This is something I have shown you, and this is the calendar name, awesome new events. Okay, this is the start date. Okay, that is something you can recognize, and also there is something else. Is there something else? I think there should be the. Okay, yeah, this is the location, that is Delhi. So we have got all the details. Now what? Now, as you can see, where is the person's name? I'm sorry, where is the description? Okay, yeah. So this is the description. The person who will be attending the event and his cell number. So what we're going to do here is next, I'm going to split both of them. Okay, we want individual data fields. We have the name of the person and also the cell number. Now, if you don't split the data fields, we can't isolate and put this cell number into SMS or WhatsApp sending apps like WATI. So that is why I have to isolate the cell number, also the name also. So what I'm going to do here is just follow my steps. Okay, I'm just going to click on this action window and I'm going to select text formatter. Text formatter it is. Now in the action event, how about we make it as split text? Split text. Okay, simply just click on connect. Now the reason why we have introduced this action window is we want to split the name and the phone number. Okay, so let me just introduce the text to split. So we click here, and let me just show you all the data that we have received from the trigger window. So this is the description, Terry Mosby plus 91. So this is the same data that is present here. Okay, this is the same data description, Terry Mosby plus and the phone number. So let me just click here. Okay, I'm just going to click here. Okay, excellent. Now what we are going to do here is we are going to isolate the name, that is Terry Mosby, and we are going to isolate the phone number from 91. Okay, now what we are going to do here is I'm just going to introduce a separator. Now the separator, if you can see, is the plus sign. Okay, so let me just click here. Okay, and let me just add the plus sign. If you're not understanding it, it's totally fine. In a minute you will understand. Now I'm going to change the segment index as all. Okay, just click on save and send test request. As you can see, the response is a positive one. We have the response as Terry Mosby. So this is the response, Terry Mosby. Okay, this is the name that we have isolated. We have also isolated the phone number. So we have isolated the name, we have also isolated the phone number. That was the plan. Okay, so what's next? Now there is a problem we have. Okay, now this is in a very clumsy format that we have received the time. Okay, so this is the time that we have received. So what we're going to do here is we have to change this in a very human readable format. At present it has this year, month, day, and then hours, minutes and second format. This is kind of wrong. So we actually have to change into a very human readable format. And first of all, what we are going to do here is this particular section has two elements. The first element is for the date. The second element is for the time. Okay, so first we are going to isolate the date as well as the time, and then we are going to transform it into something better. So let me just introduce one more action window. Just follow my lead. It's too easy. Okay, so we are going with format date with time zone, because there is a time zone. Okay, so as you can see, this is the time zone. Okay, I'm sorry, not this one. Okay, this is the time zone. So there is a thing of time zone. That is why we have to go with date with time zone. Simply just click on connect. Okay, now in the first step, what we're going to do here is we are going to work with date. Now in the second action window, we are going to work with time. Don't worry, it's very easy. Okay, so let me just add the start date. Okay, so let me just map the start date time. Okay, so we have mapped it. Now I'm working from India, so we are using the time zone as Asia Kolkata. Asia Kolkata it is. Excellent. Now the format I want is a very simple one. Okay, that is day, month and year. Okay, this one, day, month and year. Okay, and again, once again, the format that we want is Asia Kolkata. So easy. Just click on save and send test request. And as you can see, we have the result. Okay, so as you can see, we have the result in day, month and year format. We have basically converted this into this. Okay, now what we are going to do here is, as you can see, we also have the time in a very clumsy format: hours, minutes, seconds and milliseconds, and along with that time zone. So this is kind of looking clumsy as well as dumb. So let me just format this also. So let me introduce one more action window, and here I'm going to add datetime formatter. Datetime formatter it is. Okay, so now in the action event, simply just make date, format date with time zone. Just simply click on connect. Okay, now once again, we are going to map the date. So if you don't know the date, this is the date. Okay, so now the time zone that we are working is Asia Kolkata. Okay, and we have to keep it as Asia Kolkata only. Now the format that we prefer is hours and minutes. Okay, so let's explore hours and minutes, this one. So we do have some choices that do we want the AM PM format or simply hours and minutes. So we are going with this one. Okay, and Asia Kolkata it is once again. So what we're going to do here is we are going to convert this particular time in a very human readable type of format. So let me just click on save and send test request. That is 9:30. Awesome. 9:30 AM. Now remember this is the same time of the start date as well as the start time. Okay, that we have entered in Google Sheets while we were creating or scheduling the event. Now we are going to deal with finally with WATI. Now remember this, WATI is the software that we are using to send the WhatsApp message. So let me just introduce WATI. So let me just click here. Now in the choose up, let me just add WATI. WATI it is. Okay, so now in the action event, how about we make it as send template message, this one, and simply just click on connect. We are going with a new connection. So here we have to enter the API endpoint, the access token. Okay, there are two fields that we have to enter: API endpoint and access token. So what are these? So let me just straight away take you to WATI, and there must be instruction how to get API token as well as the endpoint. So we have to go to the API docs and okay, and find your API endpoint. So easy. So we just click here. Okay, we go to the API docs. Okay, here we'll find the API access token and the API endpoint. So I'm just going to copy the API endpoint and I'm just going to paste it here. Okay, that's done. After that, we are going to work on the access token. So this is the access token. I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Easy. Just click on save. Okay, so the connection has been made. So now what we're going to do here is, first of all, we are going to mention the WhatsApp number. So if you remember, this is the number that we had isolated. Okay, so let me just show you the number that we had isolated, and this number came from here. Okay, so where is the number? Okay, so this is the number that we had isolated. So I'm just going to simply click here. Okay, and I'm just going to click here the second accordion, and I'm just going to map the phone number or the WhatsApp number. Now comes the most important part. Okay, the template. Now I want to work with the template that is appointment details. So what are these template? Now these are the predefined template. Let me just show you in WATI account. So what are these templates? So these are the template messages that we have. So using these templates, we can actually create a message. Now I'm interested in working with the appointment details. So this is the template that I'm interested in working with, appointment details. So this is how the template will look like. Okay, so this is the template. That's how it will look like. Dear, and here the name of the person will come. On date, okay, here date will come. On time, here the time will come. The meeting name, the event name will come. Again, once again, we are going to add the date as well as the location. Okay, so using this particular template, we are going to create a message, and this message will be sent to the person that we have added or scheduled when we had scheduled the event on Google Calendar. I hope it is getting clear. So this is the template. So what we're going to do here is, let me just go to Pabbly Connect. Okay, and we have of course entered the template as appointment details. Now in case of the broadcast name, I'm just going to enter the broadcast name. So what's the broadcast name? So when we will be sending the SMS, we have to make sure that all these SMS come from a very different sources. For instance, I will be sending the data from Shopify, okay, WhatsApp message. So I will be adding the broadcast message, something like Shopify message. Now if I adding the data, I'm sending the data from Google Calendar, so I will be sending it as event message or Google Calendar message. So my point is this broadcast name is just simply a way to identify when you're just going to check the messages that you have sent. So I'm just going to name this as event message. You can give any name according to your choice. It's totally on you. Okay, so what is custom parameters? Now to explain custom parameters, let me just show you live. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is, as you can see, there are some codes here. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, I'm going to paste it here. So easy. Okay, so as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. Okay, 1 name, 2 date, 3rd is time, 4th is meeting name, 5th is date, and once again we have location. So technically, since date and date are same, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. We only have 5 fields. Okay, name, date, time, meeting name, and location. 5 fields. So that is why I'm just going to enter a comma first. Okay, and once again I'm just going to add the same codes that I have copied from below, and I'm going to paste it here. Total 5 of them. Okay, because there are 5 fields. Okay, that is why I have added 5 of them. Now we are going to deal with the first field, that is the name. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this, Control C, I have copied it, and I'm going to paste it here. I'm just going to remove color and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so here dear and the name of the person who I will be bringing along as a guest will come. So in the value, I'm just going to remove this. If you remember, the name of the person was Terry Mosby and we have mapped it. So here the name, that is Dear Terry Mosby, will come. I hope it is getting clear now. Now we have the second one, that is color. Okay, I'm sorry, not color. The second field is for the date. Okay, so I'm just going to remove this. First, let me just copy the field name, that is date. I'm just going to copy this, and after that I'm going to paste it here after removing color. So easy. After that, let me just add the value of the date. Now the value of the date was 22 October or something, 20th October 2021, and we have mapped it. Then we have the name. Okay, so once again I'm just going to deal with, this time we are going to deal with time. I'm just going to copy this. Okay, remove color, paste it here, and I'm just going to add the time. Okay, so this is the time. Okay, I'm sorry, this is the time, and we have mapped it. Okay, now we have to deal with one more thing, that is actually, I'm sorry, two more things, that is meeting name as well as location. We have already dealt with date. Okay, so meeting name. So once again I'm just going to copy this meeting name, and after that I'm just going to remove this. I'm going to paste it here. I'm just going to remove this, and I'm going to add the meeting name. Now if you remember, the meeting name was something related to English grammar. Okay, so this is the one, and we have mapped it. Okay, once again let me just remove this. So this will be for the last one, that is I think location. So let me just copy the location code. Okay, let me just, I'm sorry, let me just copy this properly. I have copied it. Okay, I'm going to paste it here. Let me add the location now. So the location I think was Paris. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Delhi. Okay, so we have filled all the custom parameters. So the value Terry Mosby will come here. Okay, Dear Terry Mosby. And then the second value, that is 20/10, that is 2021, will come here, and also here in the date. Okay, then we have the time. The time is this, that is 9:30, will come here. And the meeting name will come here, that is English Grammar 101. Okay, English Grammar 101. And the location, that is Delhi, will come here. Okay, so we are going to finally send the message. So let me do that. Let me just click on save and send test request. The response is a positive one. Now let me just straight away show you the message that Terry Mosby has received. So this is the screenshot of the WhatsApp message that Terry Mosby has received. The presence of this WhatsApp message indicates that we have a successful integration between Google Calendar and WhatsApp messages sending platform known as WATI. Now, before you leave, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So let me just minimize this action window. Let me just minimize this action window. Let me just minimize this action window. Okay, this action window also. And finally, let me just minimize the trigger window. So basically, this is the whole process in a nutshell. First, you integrated Google Calendar to Pabbly Connect. And then you have introduced a text formatter. The reason we have introduced the text formatter is because we have to split the name as well as the phone number. Then we have introduced the datetime formatter to format the clumsy date into a human readable date. After that, you have once again introduced the datetime formatter to format the clumsy date into a human readable time. After that, you have introduced the WATI to send the WhatsApp message. So now there's a perfect flow of data between Google Calendar and WhatsApp messaging platform known as WATI. Hello everyone. So in this video, we will learn how to automatically send WhatsApp notifications for new WooCommerce orders and add it to Google Sheets. So the idea is that if a new order is made by the customer on your WooCommerce store, a WhatsApp message will be sent to that respondent. Also, the details of that order will be added to your Google Sheet. But the issue here is there is no direct connection between WooCommerce, WhatsApp and Google Sheets. So therefore, I will be using an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates WooCommerce, WhatsApp and Google Sheets. The best part here is a person without any technical background can perform this integration easily. Now before I show you the steps, how about we begin with a real-time example. Okay, so this is my WooCommerce product called as Beautiful Ink Pen and this is my Google Sheet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a dummy purchase as a customer called as Lucent. And then we will see whether the data of this particular order is added into Google Sheet or not. Okay, so we have a guy called as Lucent and he's making the purchase. He's just going to click on add it to cart. Okay, and then proceed to checkout. Okay, so let me just add the details of this guy called as Lucent. So these are the details of Lucent. Okay, so let me just add the state. So he's from Madhya Pradesh. Okay, and then this is the phone number of Lucent. Okay, then we have the email address. So these are the details of the person called as Lucent William. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click on place order. Okay, so the order is made by a person called as Lucent William. So let's have a look. Do we have the details of Lucent William in our Google Sheet or not? Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so the data hasn't arrived. So let me just refresh this Google Sheet. Okay, so as you can see, we have the details of this guy in Google Sheet. We have the order number, we have the product that is Beautiful Ink Pen, the name, the email, the price, address, and the phone number. And also, let me just show you the message that Lucent William has received because he has made a purchase on my WooCommerce store. Okay, so as you can see, this is the message that Lucent has received. Dear Lucent, this is Pay to Vault. That's the name of my store. Thank you for your purchase from Pay to Vault. Again, this is the name of the store. We are in the process of fulfilling your order. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask here on WhatsApp. So this is the payment order. Okay, so when he clicks this, he will be redirected to his order page. So you must be thinking, how did I do it? How did I manage to send the data from WooCommerce to Google Sheets to WhatsApp? So basically, here we have used an integration and automation software called as Pabbly Connect that integrates WooCommerce to Google Sheets to WhatsApp. Now, the most important thing here I have to tell you is once you create an integration with Pabbly Connect, then every time a new order is made in WooCommerce, a WhatsApp message will be sent to the customer. And also the details of that order will be automatically added into Google Sheets. Interesting, it isn't? So in the new tab, let me just type pabbly.com. So we are just beginning the step. So in the new tab, just type pabbly.com, pabbly.com, press enter. Okay, so this is the website of pabbly.com. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. You can create your own account in just 2 minutes. In my case, I have already created an account. So let me just straight away click on sign in. So this is the landing page of Pabbly. All you have to do is just scroll down and here you will find connect. Just click on access now. Okay, so at the top right corner, you will find a button, create workflow. Click this, a dialog box appears in front of you. It is asking you to give a name to this workflow. I'm going to give it as WooCommerce to WhatsApp Now we are using WATI to send the WhatsApp message. Okay, Google Sheets. Okay, WooCommerce to WhatsApp to Google Sheet. Now I repeat again, we are using WATI. WATI is a software to send WhatsApp message. Okay, and in case if you are using some other software like Chat API, the process is almost the same. So let me just straight away click on create. So when you click on create, you will have two windows, the trigger window as well as the action window. Now in the trigger, let me add WooCommerce because we want to send the data from WooCommerce. WooCommerce it is. Now in the trigger event, how about we make it as order updated? Okay, so where is order updated? Order updated, order updated, yes. So you must be thinking, why the trigger event is order updated? It should be something like new order created. Okay, there is one more, that is new order created. Why order updated? Why not new order created? Well, the answer is very simple. Let me just straight away take you to my WooCommerce store. Okay, let me just go to the dashboard first, and from there I will be taking you to the order section. So where are the orders? So here I'm just going to show you all the orders that has been made. Okay, the recent orders. So this is the recent one. If you may remember, it was made by a guy called as Lucent William, and the status at this point is processing. So let's have a look at the order. Okay, so as you can see, when we make the order, the status at present is showing processing. Okay, but when an order is made, it doesn't mean that the order is totally completed. It can be also on hold, it can be completed, it can be cancelled, it can be refunded, it can be failed, it can be just a draft. So we want all those all those orders whose payment is currently as processing. The status is processing. We don't want the cancel, refunded, failed, draft, so or even put on hold. We want those order which is actually on the processing mode. Okay, the status is on processing mode. So that is why I have made sure that the trigger event is order updated. Okay, so the essence here is we are just trying to integrate WooCommerce to Pabbly Connect. So these are the steps you have to follow, or you can just follow me. It's much easier. So first of all, let's have a visit to WooCommerce. So this is my WooCommerce plugin, and just click on settings. Open this in a new tab. Okay, so this is the settings page. Just click on advanced. Okay, so here in the advanced, you will find the option called as webhooks. Just click on webhooks. Okay, so now we are going to create a new webhook. Just click on add webhook. Okay, so first of all, we have to give a name to this webhook. I'm going to give it as, let's say, a random name. WooCom to G Sheets, small term for Google Sheets, and WhatsApp. Of course, you can give any name. It's totally on you. WhatsApp. Okay. And then we have to change the status from the default disabled to active. The topic shall be order updated. Okay, order updated, not created, order updated. Make sure it is always order updated. Now comes the most important part, the delivery URL. So this is your delivery URL. You just copy this. Okay, and then you just paste it here. Okay, so we have the delivery URL. We have also entered the delivery URL. The secret will remain empty. The API version will remain same as WP REST API integration v3. Just click on save webhook. Okay, so our webhook is getting saved. Excellent. So basically at this point, it means that we have integrated WooCommerce to Pabbly Connect. So what we are going to do here is, let's have a look. Yes, it is showing the value. Basically means the integration is a positive one. There is a perfect integration. So once again, let me just click on recapture webhook response. Let me just click on yes. So what we're going to do here is we are going to make a dummy purchase. Okay, so once again, we are going to make a dummy purchase. So first of all, let me just go to all products. So these are all the products that I have in my WooCommerce store. Now out of all these, I'm going to work with a select product. Okay, so how about this one, Rolex Mariner. So this is a watch. Let me just open this in a new tab. Okay, so let me just straight away click on add to cart. Okay, so then let me just straight away click on proceed to checkout. Okay, so once again, let's say we have a guy, we are going with a different guy this time. Okay, so this one. So we have a person called as Rina Manuel. She is working in, let's say, IBM. Okay, so these are the details. Rina Manuel, IBM. Let me just fix the spelling. Rina Manuel. Okay. The first name is Reina, the last name is Manuel. This is the company she works in. This is the street address. And then let me just add the place. I'm working with Madhya Pradesh because I really don't know the zip code of the rest of the countries or rest of the places. So that is why I'm working with this one. Okay. And let me just add the phone number. Okay, so we have added all the details. We have also added the phone number as well as the email address. So Reina is going to make a purchase, okay, of the Smart Mariner watch phone. Let me just smartphone. Let me just click on place order. So the order is getting created by WooCommerce. So yeah, the order has been made. Now let's have a look, since Pabbly Connect is integrated with WooCommerce. Has the details of this particular order arrived in Pabbly Connect or not? So let's have a look. Okay, so the data hasn't arrived. Just give it 1 or 2 seconds. It will arrive soon. Yes, the data has arrived. So we have, as you can see, the status, it is showing it as processing. Now this is the most important thing that we have to work on. Okay, the status, it is showing it as processing. Then we have the currency as Indian rupees. Okay, then this is the total amount. This is the name of the customer. This is the last name of the customer. We have the company as IPM. Then we have the address line 1. Then we have the address line 2. This is the postcode. This is the state. And this is the phone. This is the phone number, and this is the zip code. So basically on this phone number, we are going to send the WhatsApp message. And this is how you do it. Okay. Now, before we create action window for WhatsApp, there is something else we have to do. As you can see, the status, it is showing as processing. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there are many other status like on hold, draft, completed, stopped, or refunded. So we just want those data in which the status is kept as processing. We don't want the rest of them. We don't want on hold. We don't want on draft. We don't want on completed. We just want the status for processing. So we are going to apply a filter. The filter will allow only those data whose status is processing. So this is how you do it. You just scroll down, you go to the action window, you select the choose app as filter. Okay, filter it is. Action part, what we are going to do here is we are going to first mention status as processing is equal to processing. Okay, I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and I'm going to paste it here. Imagine if the status is showing as on hold. Okay, so the status on hold, which is not equal to processing. And then what Pabbly Connect will do is it won't allow that data to flow. It will only allow that data in which the status is processing is equal to processing. So let me just click on save and send test request, and it will give the data as condition as true, because this is indeed true. The status is equal to processing. If the status was on hold or refunded or something like that, the message would have shown this condition as false. Okay, so now we are ready. Now we are ready to work with WATI. Okay, so what's the deal with WATI? So if you don't know WATI, we are using WATI to send the WhatsApp messages. So in the choose app, let me just add WATI. WATI it is. Okay, so now in the action event, how about we make it as send template message? Okay, it's just simply click on connect. We are going with the new connection. Now we have to add the API endpoint and the access token. Okay, so to get the API endpoint and the access token, let's have a visit to WATI. So this is my WATI account. So what I'm going to do here is, first of all, I'm just going to click on these 3 horizontal line. And here you will find the option API docs. We click here. So this is my access token and this is my API endpoint. I'm just going to copy the API endpoint and I'm just going to paste it here. Easy. Then we have the access token. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. So we have added the API endpoint, we have added the access token. Let me just straight away click on save. Okay, so we have some fields. So we are going to map all the data one by one. So let's start with the easy one, that is the WhatsApp number. So this is the number that has been added or given by the customer. So this is the WhatsApp number. If you don't remember, this is the one. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to map that particular detail here. I'm just going to click here. I'm just going to click here. And I'm just going to straight away map the phone number. But there is one issue. As you can see, it's demanding the country code. Now the country code for India is 91. So we have added it. Now we have to mention the template. So the template by default, it is showing WooCommerce default follow-up V1 or something. So if you're working with WATI, you should know that you have some default templates. Let me just show you. Let me just go to the broadcast. And let me just go to the template message. So these are the default templates I have for WooCommerce. Now imagine if I want to work with Shopify. So I have to work with these template. Okay, so let me just have a look. Is it showing Shopify? Nope. So let me just remove this. Yeah. So we do have the Shopify. I'm sorry. Let me just once again add Shopify. Okay, so yeah. So these are the templates for Shopify. Okay, now if I want to work with leads, so these are the templates for leads. Okay, yeah. Lead update and lead welcome. So it has a bunch of default template, and your obvious question is, what is a template here? So let me just once again go to WooCommerce. Okay, so these are the templates for WooCommerce, and I'm going to work with the template that is WooCommerce, abandoned recovery, order completed, order fulfilled, order refund, and order follow-up. So I'm going to work with this one. Okay, so we are going to work with this one, order complete V1. Now, if you want to understand what's really a template, so let's have a look at the template. So this is the template. Okay, so these are the bunch of lines that will be added to our, that will be sent as our WhatsApp message. Dear, and here the name of the customer will come. This is the shop. Here the WooCommerce shop name will come. Thank you for your purchase, and here the shop name will come once again. And then we are in process of fulfilling your order, and so you can view your order, and here the order number will come, and then we have the order status URL. So this is the message that will be sent, and here the variation will be brought in the name, the shop name, the order number, and the order status, because these are the things that will keep on changing for each customer. So what we're going to do here is, first of all, let me just go to Pabbly Connect. Okay, and in the template we're going to make it as default order complete V1. So this is the template that we want to work with. Now in the broadcast name, I'm just going to add a broadcast name as new order from WooCommerce. Okay, so this is the one, new order from WooCommerce. This is the broadcast name. Now, if you're wondering what's a broadcast name, so let me just show you the broadcast name. Okay, so let me just go to the broadcast history. Okay, so as you can see, this is the name, WooCommerce data new, and then we have new Facebook leads. So these are the broadcast name, okay, shown in the broadcast list. So when the message will be sent this time, it will be shown as new order from WooCommerce. Okay, now comes the most important part. So what we're going to do here is, first of all, we have to make sure that the template, so let me have a look at the template once again. Okay, so let me just go back to the template messages, and here we have default order complete. So this is the one. Okay, so here we have the name, the shop name once again, then we have the order number and the order status URL. So we have four individual unique fields. One is name, one is the shop name. Now this is similar, that is shop name, we can just ignore it. We have the order number and the order status URL. Okay, the name, the shop name, the order number, and the order status URL. So follow my lead. So what I'm going to do here is, I'm just going to copy this simple code. I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, I'm going to paste this 4 times. Okay, so after a comma, I'm going to paste it once again. After a comma, I'm going to paste it once again. Okay, so we have custom parameters 4 times. Now we are going to work with this one. Okay, that is the name. So this is the first one, dear. I'm just going to copy the name. Okay, and here I'm just going to remove this and I'm going to paste it here. Easy. Now the value of the name is the value of the customer's name. Okay, so I'm just going to remove blue. Okay, and I'm going to map in the name. Now if you don't remember the name, which is actually, I also don't remember the name. Okay, the name of the person was Reina Manuel. So this is the name of the customer, Reina Manuel. So we are going to map that detail here. We are just going to click here, we are just going to click here, and here I'm just going to map the name of the person, Reina. If you want, you can map the full name. Okay, so this is how you map the full name. And let me just add the name, last name. Okay, Reina Manuel. Okay, now we have the body something like this, dear Reina Manuel. Here, dear Reina Manuel will come. Then we have the shop name. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is, I'm just going to remove this field, that is color. I'm going to paste this shop dash name. Okay, underscore dash name. Then we have the value. Value is what is the name of the shop. if you remember, the name of the my shop is Pay to Vault. I'm just basically copying this, okay? Or you can just manually add it. It's totally on you, but I'm too lazy to do such things. So I'm just basically copying this and pasting it here. Pay to Vault, okay? So the message would something look like, Dear Reina Manuel, this is Pay to Vault. Thank you for your purchase from Pay to Vault. So up to here it is all clear. Then we have the last two. You can view your order, that is the order number as well as the order status URL. So let me just go to this part once again, okay? So we have the third one. So this will be for order number. I'm just going to remove this. I'm going to go here. I'm just going to copy this, okay, and I'm going to paste it here. Now if you understand, you can do it your own. And let me just remove the value, okay, that was blue. Go to the first part, and this is the order number, that is ID 50070. So this is the order number. Now if you don't understand where this data come from, so this is the data, okay? So this is the order ID, so we have got it. Then we have the last one. So this will look something like this. If you can view your order, and then we have the order ID, that is 50070, and then we have the status URL. So this is the last one. I'm just going to copy this, okay, and once again I'm just going to remove this color, and I'm going to paste order status URL. Now the value is this one, okay? Now this is a URL that we have to add. Now the URL is something like link or something you will get from here. Let me just show you. Okay, let me just show you that. Okay, yeah, so this is the one. Let me just show you link. Okay, yeah, so this is the one, okay, link self 0 href. So I'm just going to scroll down. I'm just going to click here. I'm just going to click here, or straight away let me just add link, okay, link self 0 href. So this is the order URL, okay, order status URL. So at this point, all you have to do is just click on save and send test request to send this message. Okay, so let me do that. Okay, so the response is a positive one, and let me just straight away show you the screenshot of the message. So this is the screenshot of the message, okay, that is hello Reina Manuel, and this is the value ID, and then we have the link URL. So this is the message that Reina has got for her purchase on my WooCommerce store, that is Pay to Vault. Now what we are going to do here is, after sending the message on WhatsApp, we are going to make sure that details of this order is added into my Google Sheet for backup. And this is how you do it. You go to the plus button, you click here. This is because we want to add one more action window. We select the choose app as Google Sheets. Google Sheets. Now in the action event, how about we make it as add new row? So you must be thinking why the action event is made as add new row. So to explain you better, let me just straight away take you to my newly created Google Sheet. So this is my newly created Google Sheet. We have order ID, we have product, we have customer name, customer email, price, address, and the phone number. So the idea is that we are going to input the data into adjacent cells one by one. So once all the data will be input into these cells, a row will be created. So that is why I have made sure the action event is add new row. So let me just straight away click on connect. We have the new connection. Just click on connect with Google Sheets. So these are the series of Gmail accounts I have. So I'm working with this account. This is the Gmail account which contains this Google Sheet. So let me just straight away click on continue. Okay, excellent. The authorization is successful. We don't have to do anything because our authorization is successful. So by default, it is showing the select spreadsheet as content marketing for SaaS software, which is kind of wrong. We want this sheet, that is WooCommerce sales data. We click here, and this is the sheet that we want, WooCommerce sales data. Earlier, we had worked on this one, order data. Okay, so let me just click here and show you that one also. This is the Google Sheet order data. Okay, so my point is very clear. All the spreadsheet that is present in my Gmail account is being reflected here, but I'm interested in this one, that is WooCommerce sales data. As you can see in the select sheet, it is showing sheet 1. This is because there is only one sheet, that is sheet 1. Okay, there is only one sheet, that is sheet 1. Okay, so let's start mapping. We have the order ID. If you already know this is the order ID. We have mapped it. Easy. Then we have the product. The product was something Mariner or something, or we can just manually search for it. Rolex Mariner. Okay, so we have mapped it. Then we have the customer name. So the customer name was something Reina Manuel. Let's enter the full name, Reina Manuel. Okay, that's done. Then we have the email address. So if If you are finding yourself lazy to search for it, just manually type it. So this is the one, and we have mapped it, reina123@gmail.com. Now these are all the data that we have received from the trigger window, which is basically our WooCommerce account. That is basically from WooCommerce. Then we have the price. The price was what was the price? That is 800. Okay, we have mapped it. Then we have the address. We click here, and this is the whole address, and we have mapped it. Then we have the phone number. We click here, and let me just add the phone number. So this is the phone number. So at this point, all you have to do is just click on save and send test request to send this data to WooCommerce. So let me do that. Okay, so this is the data, and this is the sheet WooCommerce sales data. So let's have a look. Yes, we have the order ID, we have the product name, we have the customer name, we have the email, we have the price, we have the address, we have the phone number. So as you can see, a new row has been created by inputting the data into the adjacent cells one by one. So the presence of this data indicates we have a successful integration between WooCommerce, WhatsApp, and Google Sheet. Now before you leave, let me just explain you the whole mechanism in a nutshell. So let me just minimize this action window, and I'm going to minimize this action window, and I'm going to minimize this action window, and I'm going to minimize the trigger window. So basically this is the whole process in a nutshell. First you integrated WooCommerce to Pabbly Connect, and then you have made sure that only those data will flow in which the order status is processing. That is why you have applied filter. After that you have integrated WATI. WATI is a software to send the WhatsApp message. You have worked on a template, and using that template you have composed a message. And every time a new customer makes a purchase, the data fields will change accordingly. And here you have introduced Google Sheets and integrated with Pabbly Connect. And after that you have made sure the data of WooCommerce arrives in Google Sheets automatically. Now we have a perfect flow of data between WooCommerce, WATI, and Google Sheets. Excellent. Pabbly.com, Pabbly.com, press enter. Okay, so this is the website of Pabbly.com. Just hover on products, and here you will find Connect. Just click on Connect. Okay, so this is the landing page of Pabbly Connect. All you have to do is just click on sign up for free. Here you can build your own account in just 2 minutes. After that, in my case, I have already built an account. So let me just click on sign in.
Not just these apps, you can integrate a ton of applications and automate your business with help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any queries, please contact us at admin@pabbly.com. Also, you can ask questions on forum.pabbly.com. Also, if you really like this video, please comment, share, and subscribe. It will really motivate us to make more videos for you. Thank you.